Today we're taking a look at these NCAAB matches, which are happening on Thursday, February 2nd, 2023, and giving you our 3 best bets for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. Michigan Wolverines vs Northwestern Wildcats. The Michigan Wolverines and Northwestern Wildcats are playing Thursday at Welsh Ryan Arena. Tip-off from Evanston, Illinois, is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The Wildcats are 4.5-point spread favorites, and the game total is 139 points. The Wildcats, picked to finish second to last in the B1G preseason poll, have a squad capable of making the tournament and even sticking around a little while. Boop Buey leads a Northwestern team capable offensively and stout defensively, limiting its opponents to 62.2 points, 24th, on 40.1% shooting, 31st. They'll make it difficult for the Wolverines to score, especially if they can take Hunter Dickinson out of the game. Michigan struggles when Dickinson isn't a factor and will not shoot over 50% versus Northwestern as it did in the first meeting in Ann Arbor. Our team pick is Northwestern minus 4.5 points. In Thursday's matchup, expect the Wildcats to pounce on the Wolverines early and coast through the second half to a comfortable victory. Troy Trojans vs Southern Miss Golden Eagles. This Thursday, the Southern Miss Golden Eagles will head to Troy to take on the Trojans at Trojan Arena. The Southern Miss Golden Eagles will head into this game against the Troy Trojans, following a massive win this past Saturday against the Texas State Bobcats, which resulted in a final score of 67-58. The win against the Bobcats extended the Golden Eagles' win streak to 5 games. Troy has been very good on the defensive end of the floor in conference play, as they lead the Sun Belt in field goal percentage defense, 39.3%, in those games this season. The Trojans are second in scoring defense in conference play, 64.3 ppg, first in 2-point defense, 43.3%, while they are second in threes allowed per game, 5.2, and 3-point defense, 30.2% this season. Troy's problem is that they don't score in conference play, ranking 11th in scoring offense, 65 ppg, 12th in field goal percentage, 40.7%, and 12th in 3-point shooting, 30%, in Sun Belt play. Southern Miss is solid on both ends of the floor, and they already own a win over Troy this season. The Golden Eagles boast a solid balance, and they are capable of big nights offensively. Our team pick is Southern Miss Golden Eagles. Give Southern Miss the advantage as they earn the win in this contest. Old Dominion Monarchs vs James Madison Dukes. James Madison is heading to this game here with a 15-8 record overall. In the Sun Belt, the Dukes are coming in with a 6-4 record. The last game on the court for James Madison was a 58-45 win over the Louisiana Monroe team. ODU is 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 home games, and their edge in this game is overestimated by the odds makers. Both teams rebound the ball well, but James Madison is the much more explosive offensive team and also stronger on the defensive end. The Dukes have shown how dangerous they can be in both low and high scoring games this season, and they have flexed that in a variety of ways, which includes a 35-point win over Buffalo this season and a tight 5-point loss to Virginia. Take James Madison. Georgia State Panthers vs Georgia Southern Eagles. The Georgia Southern Eagles are 12-11-10-10 ats, sitting in 7th place in the conference. Offensively, the Eagles are averaging 69 points, 34.3 rebounds and 13.4 assists. Defensively, the Eagles are allowing 66.7 points and are averaging 2.6 blocks and 6.5 steals. The Panthers lost all 4 games on their road trip, but they have played well at home, where they have won 4 of their last 6 games. They aren't very good offensively, but they play better at home where they are scoring more than 67 points per game. They rebound the ball well, and they were very aggressive on the offensive glass in their last 3 games, grabbing more than 12 offensive rebounds per game, which will give them more scoring opportunities. The Eagles usually play well defensively, but they've struggled on the road, giving up more than 72 points per game, and will have a hard time slowing down the Panthers in this game. The Eagles have lost 4 of their last 5 games and 3 of their last 4 road games. They have struggled offensively, scoring less than 70 points per game. Their rebounding wasn't very good in their last 3 games, so don't expect them to get a lot of extra scoring opportunities against the Panthers. Even though they do a good job protecting the ball, they will have their hands full with the Panthers, who averaged more than 7 steals per game in their last 3 games. The Panthers have played well defensively this season, and they do a better job at home where they are holding opponents under 65 points per game, so expect them to keep Georgia Southern's offense in check. Go with the Panthers to cover the spread. North Carolina A&T vs UNCW. The North Carolina A&T Aggies and UNC Wilmington Seahawks will take the court Thursday at Trask Coliseum. Tip-off from Wilmington, North Carolina is at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The Seahawks are 9.5-point spread favorites, and the game total is 138 points. The Seahawks and Aggies have similar Austrian shillings records, but I'm giving the nod to the better team in this matchup. UNC Wilmington is coming off a humbling close win over a bad Monmouth team that will motivate it to handle its business at home against another losing team. The Aggies haven't been consistent enough to trust against the spread against one of the conference's better teams. They didn't show up at home against Monmouth, losing by 15, just 2 days after the Hawks lost by just 1 possession to UNC Wilmington. I believe this result will carry over into their next game, and they will fail to cover the spread as 9.5-point underdogs. Elon vs Stony Brook. Elon, 3-19 Sioux, 1-8 CAA, is coming off their first conference win of the season and will face Stony Brook, 8-14 Sioux, 4-5 CAA, on Thursday night at 7 Met from Long Island. That line must mean that Stevenson Moore is not playing, even though he is not listed on the injury report. The bottom line is that Elon is 0-10 on the road and 0-12 away from Elon. Both teams gained a little bit of momentum after winning their last game. KenPom has Elon ranked at 334 and Stony Brook at 323. We're not talking about the Battle of Behemoths here, but the Seawolves are a competent team at home, shooting 37% from 3-point range and holding teams to shoot 43.4% from the field. Our team pick is Stony Brook minus 3.5 points. Hampton Pirates vs William and Mary Tribe. Even though there is a concern that Collier doesn't play, Hampton's poor shooting is more of a concern. They are shooting worse at home, 37%, 29.6% 3PT, than they are away from home. William and Mary is shooting 48.1% from the floor on the road and 37.1% from 3-point range. That's my concern for Hampton, is whether they can defend the 3, and they haven't shown that propensity at home or on the road. In the first meeting, W&M shot 59% from the field against the Pirates. I expect a similar result in the second meeting. Our team pick is William and Mary minus 1.5 points. Hofstra Pride vs Towson Tigers. The Tigers are 4-0, 1-0 on the road, sitting in first place in the Colonial Athletic Conference. Offensively, the Tigers are averaging 68 points, 41 rebounds and 11.5 assists. Defensively, the Tigers are allowing 51.5 points and are averaging 4.5 blocks and 4.5 steals. This is sheer revenge for the Pride. In the first meeting, Estrada had one of his worst games of the season, shooting 0-for-10 from 3-point range. Hofstra shot just 33% from the field, but at home, this is a club that shoots 51% from the field. They shoot 41% from 3-point range at home, and Towson struggles to defend the 3, 35.4% on the road and overall. This should be a decent game, but the intangibles and strong home crowd go the team from Long Island, who is looking to take over the top spot in the CAA. Our team pick is Hofstra minus 4.5 points. Louisiana Monroe Warhawks vs Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. The Warhawks have won 3 of their last 5 games. They aren't very good offensively, but they play better at home where they are scoring more than 64 points per game. They do a good job finding the open man, and their rebounding has been very good in recent games, which will lead to more scoring opportunities. The Chanticleers aren't very good defensively, and they play worse on the road where they are giving up more than 79 points per game, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the Warhawks in this game. The Chanticleers have lost 4 of their last 6 games and 4 of their last 5 road games. They have struggled offensively on the road, scoring less than 71 points per game while making less than 40% of their shots. Their rebounding has been good and will help them keep the score close, but they're very careless with the ball on the road, which will lead to easy scoring opportunities for the Warhawks, who average more than 7 steals per game at home. The Warhawks have played well defensively at home, holding opponents under 70 points per game, and won't have a hard time slowing down the Chanticleers in this game. Go with Louisiana Monroe to cover the spread.